Hi, and welcome to another video by me of builds that I created on the DaVinci server. We played on the DaVinci server before, and this is already the third time that I've known that I play with him on the server. And so, as always, I did a lot of building in this server as well too, and I just wanted to show up. You might have noticed as well too that the beginning was really different than normal. I showed off a bunch of pictures, and as you might have guessed, those were before and after shots. So I initially put the base down really quick, and make it work, and then slowly start building and upgrading it with newer materials, new ideas, and stuff like that. And so those pictures were kind of like teasers, so now we're actually going to go walk through. As you can see, we've defeated almost all bosses except for Fader. We had little problems with the Ashlands and with buffering and stuff like that. So so we're holding off on it. So we might revisit it here soon. All right, let's go down to our little town. Here's our little bridge. We have a self-made island, so it's safe from invaders and stuff like that, and raids and stuff like that. Here's our bridge. All these builds were made by me. No mods were used. We did not generate any materials. So the materials that we got are actually, we actually got it ourselves. And we're going to grab all the materials, run it back to base to build all this stuff. As you can see, people might say, oh, you're missing a step. So I'm like, well, that's done on purpose because enemies don't jump. I would say not all of them jump. There's a few that do jump, like the blobs. And the ones that fly, of course, they can still get over it, but this is the main one so that they stay out. When we walk in here, we straight up walk into the farm fields. This used to be our tree farm, but we have another tree field now that we can use. So this is now converted into the food farms here locally on base. The new vines as well too, the vine berries. And behind here we have a little tree farm that we can use. We have so much wood now because everything is replaced by stone. So we have so much wood now, it's unbelievable. And our coal supply is full as well too. Over here is the ting, as we call it. Not as we call it, but as it's called, a ting. This is basically the meeting hall where we meet for where we go on adventures and stuff like that. We can strategize our battle plans. I did not start but here we can start talking the here we can start talking our plans, fill up. We got max As you can see here, max comfort level is 16. I'm like, well, where is all that good stuff then? Because I don't see all the stuff that you need for 16. But that's all. You know, if you start the hot tub, you of course get an extra bonus point. But these are actually couches that work. You can actually sit on them. So, really cool design. And of course, this is the Grouston stone that I built the thing with. It's not easy to work with, but as soon as you get the hang of it, you can find ways to manipulate it and get it to work the way you want. There's still some limitations on it to what you really can do with it. Because here we go further, you can see the distance. That's our main hub already. Of course, you know, we have Odin here. There's we show our praise to Odin. As I said, you know, we got some hidden stuff for the team, so we get maximum bonus in there. There's actually a basement. The basement, we got the bed underneath here, some other stuff as well too that's also actually hidden behind the cabinets and stuff like that. But also this room also is for extra supplies, extra gears, because we get so much tars and bones and stones and wood and everything else that just we got abundant of. We just store it here in our overflow storage. Over here we see our Ashlands skeletons. And actually you can kind of ride on it, so have fun with that. Anyways, that was what we were here for. Our wishing well. This is our main hub. It is a circular shape. You'll see inside better, and with all the trees it's hard to give you a good walk around and see what the outside looks like. But I'll try to show it off as much as possible. But it consists out of 2 rings. Basically you have the outer ring, where we can see the boss portals. We used to have a lot more portals in here, but we found out that the portals were interfering with, you know, creating a bunch of lag on the server. So we didn't want to do that, so we decided to build a portal hub somewhere else, so that I built. And because, you know, we don't use the boss portals that much, even though we do use Yagluth a lot because our farm is over there, our plains farm. It's near the Yagluth, but the rest we don't use that often, so that's why we left them here, because we're not using them as much. Alright, so here is the crafting area. Used to be a lot more cramped in here, but I tidied up a little bit, moved stuff around, start doing things, and as you can see here, there's all the chests on the side. Plenty of extra space here for more materials that might be coming down the road if we still have the server up for Deep North. There is a system here that I used. Just it's not random. So here is basically here we can see all this stuff that we need to make arrows. You know, we got the bones, bolts, feathers, resin. And also the materials for, you know, extra building, like crystals, the tar, the jute, and extra stuff like the extra armor and the trophies. Here are just a workbench, just a normal workbench. Of course, here is the forge. And here you can see all the metals and the wood, stone, and all the hides, pelts, and all that stuff. Black Forge. Again, all the extensions are hidden. They are all under the floor, so the floor is a little bit raised off the ground. So we actually can use that crawl space and put our little extensions in there so it looks neat and nice and clean. And over here we got other materials. This is mostly the Mistland stuff that we got here. That was just, you know, of course we could set up the other chest, but we had no clue what came out of the Mistland, so that's why we're leaving at it. I just said there's a ring, so that ring goes all the way around. And in the back is our kitchen area. This is basically our Sergeant Mom's kitchen. She does all of our cooking and baking and all of that stuff on the server. This used to be a little bit smaller, but with the new Grouston stone, I decided to make it a little bit bigger, so she has more space. So we can lay out the chests more, or not more, better arranged, or more easier access and stuff like that. So now anybody that comes in here, they can just dump their stuff off. And here's our food supplies as well too, so people just can come in here when they're on their adventure, just grab the food that they need, go off an adventure. Of course you can sit down here, you can get a rest and buff here while you're waiting. More storage over there. As I said, this outer ring goes all the way around. As you can see, there are two staircases. They go to the upstairs. The upstairs is where our living quarters are, our sleeping quarters are. This is our sleeping quarters. Most of the players do have their own bases with their own sleeping arrangements and bedrooms and beds that they set up, but this is more in case we do run, you know, missions and stuff like that, or adventures. We can come in here, sleep through the night real quick, and go. So there are names assigned to some of the beds, but that is open for anybody to basically come in. If they need to use the bed, they can just, you know, take over the bed and then just sleep in there and sleep through the night. Again, this room has max comfort level of 16, so you can just sit here. You can start the hot tubs, of course, and then you get the extra buffs. It is a flat ceiling. These gray stone floors actually work as a ceiling as well too. As you can see, I am sheltered. The top right, I am sheltered, so it counts as a roof. So, which is really nice, because then you can do this, because the Grouser roof tiles is not really so friendly when it comes to making the large expanse. Here you can see an example of that. So there are curved. They're kind of a pain to work with. They're nice. They're really good looking, and to make it work really nice, but it's still not easy to work with. I just forgot to show you one thing though that I was actually really happy with how it turned out. It was actually the ceiling in the crafting room. As you can see, it's a design that I did, and how I did it is just overlaid the different floors that we have, so it creates the square shapes that you see here, and then the wood floor decorative pieces. You can place it with shift so they fall a little bit lower, and so that's that way you can get this design in here better. I was really happy how it turned out. I've been really experimenting with ceilings lately, so Alright, so that was the kitchen, the crafting area, the bedrooms. Now we go to the fermenting room. This is a totally new area that I totally redesigned. It used to be a really tiny space here, where we barely had the fermenters in there. You can almost no people, 2 people could be down here. But as you can see, it's now very large, very roomy. 4 fermenters going. All of our potions are here. Extra storage space where we can put all the additional stuff that came from the bog, if necessary, so we can make potions. But you know, we have to make the potions on the fire anyway, so that's just going up here. You might see as well too these buffet platters. That is something new as well too from the bog. So you can actually get a serve tray from her that you can buy, and then you can, with the different foods, you can make these platters and then just place it on the table, and anybody just can see. You can just press E, and then it just grabs something off the table. And so right now, as you can see, this one is 10 out of 10. So it just counts down, and then when it's gone, and then it just disappears. Here's the buffet. You see the beer mugs, and I put these shields down, or the bucklers, so they look like plates. So I thought it was kind of a cool look. Here we have all of our sort of display of the potions. This over the top one is a new potion, as you can see. It's a love potion. From what I understand, I haven't used it yet, but from what I understand, it should make taming a lot easier. So if you use that potion, then the taming process should shorten, I believe. So there's another new potion here in the middle, Lightfoot. You know, it's just basically a speed buff, especially with the armor. Of course, you know, you get heavier and heavier when you have the armor on. So with that, you can take that potion if you just need to get yourself out of a quick situation. Here we go. Here we can actually go into the back area. This is our back door where we have our windmill set up. We also have our solar dial. Our solar dial with that tree is in the way, so I might have to chop that one down. It's not very fun. But this is a new form of the solar dial that I came up with. And it works really basically the same thing. The shadow just casts on what time of day it is. As you can see here now, it's running into the evening already, so time flies when you're trying to show off. There's the windmills, and over here are the breeders. The breeders are newer designs. They used to be so huge, big, and bulky, and they kind of still are, but now with digging into the ground, you can make a bigger pit, and then it's like right here, you can see that here now you have a bigger pit from them to fall into, so that alleviates it, and this all has to be above ground, and so it doesn't look as big. It's still clunky. This one technically only the top part is supposed to be visible, but as you can see, I could not go any further because of the water level. Here are our breeding animals. We only have 1-star wolves. We basically gave up trying to find a 2-star because it's yeah, it was a pain. If we give up to 1-star wolves, it would just fine. Of course, with the Mistlands, we also got a new tameable animal. That was the Askwins. The Askwin pit is over here. As you can see here, we have 1-stars. They do, as you can see, they like to climb, so it's really important that you try to get to them as much as possible. With these ones, they lay eggs like chickens, so these eggs have to be hatched, so you have to put them in front or near a fire, in front of a fire, because just like chickens, they will just walk in there and kill themselves. So try not to do that. Because my costume. The fire is over there, so as you can see, the fire is nice and high. If I just throw it right underneath there, where my where the hatchling is right now, you see here, I should get a good fire. As you can see, the fire on the top right is on, so I'm getting heat, so the eggs will hatch if I put them there. The Ashlands are really trying to be a good escape artist, so you really have to get a good plan up. I kept our alphas alive. Our original ones, they're basically retired in here, so in case we do need them, they are here. But they should be fine. We have other ones now that are doing their jobs. Over here is the chicken breeder. The chicken breeder is still pretty high, even with the method of digging it into the ground. The area is still pretty tall, but it's not as tall as before. As you can see here, there is a pit. It doesn't look, you can't see that at the water level, but this is really, if I go one bar lower, the water level will be there. So, when I have a system, there's 4 couples up there, as you can see later. But I've split them into 2. As you can see, 1 chute goes down, or 2 chutes, or 4 chutes go down. 2 chutes will drop the eggs near the fire. The eggs will hatch, chickens will come out, of course, and they grow up into hens. And we can butcher those to get the feathers and the chicken meat. The other ones, the other 2, they are eggs. The eggs will roll downhill in here. We can store them in here or bring them straight to the kitchen. But these eggs won't hatch. They're far enough away from the fire so they won't get warm. Sometimes you might have one that gets stuck on there and it's just barely in reach of the fire, so they might still hatch. But yeah, it's okay. It's all blocked off there. I don't go in anywhere. Here's the slaughter pit, so we can go in and just take care of business if need be, if we need the food. No metal on me. I can do it. Up here is the basic design for the chicken breeder that I use. It's not my design. It's somebody else's design that I just basically copied. It works perfect. I just duplicated the system. So his system is only 2 on one side. For me, I made 4, 2 on each side. So you can't really tell right now because it's dark. Do I have light source? I do have light source. You can see here there's the shutters that I used. If you do want to get more information on how this breeder is done, just post me put something in the comments, and I can send you over the link to where the instruction video is how to do this build. Of course, when you are feeding or breeding the animals, you don't want to leave the area because otherwise they will not breed or the eggs won't hatch because you have to be near them. If you stay near the hub, it's fine. The hub is close enough. So that's why you don't want to technically build it too far away from your hub, all the breeders, because then you have to stay with your breeders, wait until everything is done, and it can take forever. So if you have it near your base, then you can just set it, feed them, walk away, start doing your construction, farming, building, stuff like that. Tools, training. The gym is nearby as well too. We have a gym here. There's certain things that you can do in order to improve your skills faster without going into the battlefield. Of course, you have a tendency to die in the game. So, and of course, when you die, you lose your skills. So here we have a sort of like a treadmill. If you run up here, keep on running, and then when your stamina's done, you just drop back down and just let it go back up and keep going. And here's the jumping. So here you just jump, keep on jumping. Same thing until your stamina runs out. Take a break, let your stamina come back, and continue on. There's also an archery, but I think the archery doesn't work anymore due to the new changes that they made. You see here we have some arrows in here. And then you just shoot the arrows. But like I said, I think that doesn't work anymore. Of course, the gear that I'm rocking right now is Ashland gear, so that is top gear. You might have noticed as well too that these pillars are everywhere. This is basically my spawn prevention system. So what I did is I basically placed a But what I did is I placed one of the torches, the standing torches, inside a core wood, and the enemies don't attack the core wood. So the core wood pillar. So and then the light actually acts as a despawner, so the enemies won't respawn in the near vicinity. It's 20 meters, I think, just like a normal workbench. As you can see here, here's the side of the hub. As you can see, it is round as well too. Put little lights up there as well too. The hue that you see right now, the blue light, actually comes from the diverger circlets. So they're put on an item stand. You just point them in the right direction, and then they light up a little area. Free light. You don't have to put resin or coal in it like the other ones. You can see here's doing. Like how did you get this to work? Because normally you need fertilized soil there. I'm like, yes, that's correct. You need fertilized soil, and the stone cannot be that close either. But you place the vine first, let it grow, and as soon as it is fully grown and attached, you can just basically put the stone in, make your path, get rid of most of the fertilized soil, and then it will just keep on happily growing and keep giving you vine berries. Let's go around to the other side and go to our refinery. So, of course, with our Mistlands, we have the Ethers refinery that came out. So here we used to have one, but I made two. Let's see here. Something break. Weird. We only had one, but I decided to make two just to get sap production. The ether production going faster, and now we have a whole bunch of it. So downstairs are the machines. You throw in the sap here, and then at the top you fill in the soft tissue. As you can see here, they stick out a little bit. You can just clip the bars or the stone through it, fuel stir will still work just fine. As you can see here, the chests are I merged them with the stone so they stick out a little bit so we can still use them. As you can see, so it's nice and fine. Over here, as you can see, I told you before, the hub is raised off the ground. I want it so raised off the ground that I can actually put more storage underneath. So here's more storage for all the extra stuff. You know, extra ores, you know, extra metals, because all of our metal inside is almost full. So, extra coal. You see here extra chests in here as well too. The kilns are underneath here. I basically encase them in stone. So what I do is that I can put the actual furnaces on top. And I actually move the furnaces to the edge as well too. So now when you fill them, they start smelting it into bars, and then the bars just fall right down here where you're nice and dry. Just pick it back up along with the coal and bring it inside. Here you can grab your wood. When you get your coal, you can go into the chest and dump it right there. And when you are smelting, you can just take a seat here, nice and dry, out of the wind. Just wait until everything's done, and we'll start the processing it. More extra storage underneath here. Access to the craft room, to the upstairs, and to the kitchen in the background. More storage up here. Or, yeah, and more storage, but more furnaces as well too. Fortunately, I could not place the other one here because it's all a little bit too close together, and I don't want to do a whole redesign here on this to make it fit. Like, yeah, we can just place that one back. We rarely use these old ones, so they're still there just in case we need more copper or tin or iron, but it's fine. So here's the hub to the portal to our portal hub, where all of our other portals are located for all of our adventures and stuff like that, and also the ones that go to the players' bases, regions, and locations. Here are the new portals, the big new huge stone portals. These stone portals do allow you to take metal or stuff that normally doesn't go through the original portals. You can go through these big portals, although it's, you know, so you can go one way. So if you have both of these portals on either side connected to each other, then you can just free willy just move metal back and forth. But you know, but it doesn't work the other way. So if the other side is the regular portal, then you can come back with your metal or other material that you might have. This one is not connected currently because we use it as you can see, for transport. So we can just go set somewhere up in a stone portal and just go back and forth. Over here is our honey production and a little garden area. Yes, beehives work like this, and the nice thing is about how this works, this beehive is considered, because it's lower for the wooden beams, it's considered a roof for the wooden floor, which then makes the wooden floor not get affected by weathering. So it's pretty dang cool. So we have 100 here. Not 100. I'm saying that right. 25. Yeah, 25. Jeez, not 100. But we have 25 beehives here, so we have a really good production. Over here is our archway to the docks. I used to have my house over here. It was built above the docks. tiny little house. But I decided to move out, get my own place, and redesign this whole area so it's nice and dry when we come in to get our stuff, throw it in the boat. The thing is, if we look at our map, our base is located on the lake. But we have giant waterways that do make us be able to go out easily out of this lake area. But unfortunately, the waterways are not big enough for the big boats that we got with the Ashlands, the cars. So currently they're over at Casper's base. Well, one of them is anyways. So yeah, here's our little harbor. We have 4 boats in here right now. Technically we don't need 4 boats in here. Normally we break them down, put them in these chests. So when we do need them, we can just grab the material, set the boat up, or take the portal and leave. There's some fishing gear in case we want to go fish. There should be some harpoons in there as well too. We want to go serpent hunting. Yeah. So this is our little base. So this is our little hub, our fully redesigned. I was hoping that I still have, or that I made a video of the old base, how it used to be, but unfortunately I did not. So yeah, so that's why I had to resort to the pictures that I did have on file. The portal hub I can show you there as well too. But the portal hub is my basic design. Also around building on the outskirts is portals, so it's not really too spectacular. It's a build that I've done before. What I do want to show off is actually my base on the server. This is actually one of 2 bases. The other base is kind of small, not really spectacular, but this is, I forgot that I actually started building this. But this base is actually in the Ashlands. I'll just fill up with food just in case of any surprises. But this is my Ashland base. This is actually my base. So in the middle, I got my fire pits, I got my kitchen area, I can cook here, bake here, do everything that I need to. I got my smelting area as well too. As you can see, the ceiling is blocked off, so I have no problems. There are holes in the ceilings, so the smoke can get out, which is blocked off, so no enemies can fly in. It's big, thick, nice plain metal doors. This is one of the fortresses that I took over from the enemy. You have any Valkyries out here? No. As you can see here, for the smoke, I just put 4 pieces over it so that the smoke can escape out of 2 places, but enemies cannot fly in or try to shoot through the wall. As long as they don't see you, they don't attack you, so it's really safe. I'm kind of surprised that my workbench is still standing over here. Close. Over here I got my bed. Nice and cozy. The various chests for potions and food. A little nice little design that I was experimenting with the grouse and stone. All the food areas. I can just grab my stuff. Another portal that goes to my portal hub that I have. I'm like, well, you're missing a bunch of stuff. Yeah, that's correct. There are a bunch of stuff because there's a secret here. I have a basement. The basement is all the chest. Everything that is in the current game right now is, I have it here down below. I got the fermenters going. Yep, 6 of them. All the materials. I have a refinery going as well too. I don't really need the ether, but I wanted to see failsafe this the system was, and if the grouse actually was resistant to the ether as well. But it is, so you can even make your enclosure out of ether, out of grouse if you want to. As you can see here, it's kind of more of a jumble on where stuff is. This is all recently done, so I don't know exactly where everything is yet. But yeah, we've just been busy building. And all the workbenches are down here as well too that I need. Neighbors are out eating food. Plenty of extra storage in case that I need it. Like, now how do I fall through the floor? You said it's going, well, that's pretty easy. What you can do is you can just place the floor pieces over it, and you put down the rugs on top of it. And once the rug is on top of it, you can destroy the stone underneath it, and then the rug stays in place as long as it rests slightly on some stone or some of the floor. As you can see, it will stay in place, and it creates this little secret. This is also new for the block, which you might not see. This is the food preparation table. This is actually where you combine those platters together. Also, you might have seen something new. That's the meat kettle. That's basically the early kettle where you can make, of course, all the meats. Over here, I can feed my refinery with soft tissue. So, yeah, this is my little base. I can show you the other place. My other place is in the mountains. It's higher up. I started experimenting with circular building styles, circular walls. Oh shoot, not that one. With circular walls, and trying to figure out how to do the roofs and stuff like that, but not with standard wood. So, I was trying to do other things with it. I've been into circular building because even my swamp base, as you see here, is round. It's basically my little portal hub. I initially wanted to set up my base here, but I ended up not setting it up because I was so busy at the main hub. So. But over here is my mountain base. Hopefully it's not storming outside so I can actually see something. Yes, it is a nice, beautiful day in the mountain. I decided to build over here because with the deep north coming out, it is higher in the northern regions. So we can use this as a base for further down. I don't want to get too close to the deep north. We already have stuff here, I think, so that might already mess things up here if we do ever want to keep the server open for the deep north, or if we're going to start something new. I prefer new, but it's up to the other players as well too, and what they want to do, or if you even still get invited to play. But as you can see here, It's a circular building. It's basically 4 towers combined. You can see here that's a whole circle, and then matches up. It goes into this circle, it goes into that circle. Ceiling I'm really proud of. You know, again, like I said, I was experimenting with ceilings and stuff like that, and with the wooden floorboards, and so, because my name, of course, is solar, I thought it's like, oh, this kind of looks like, you know, the sun. You know, it's shining bright, so solar. Like, so that was a kind of unique design, and I'll probably keep using this. I really like this. So, storage, which I have not assigned yet because this is brand new. I started building this, and I started going through my portals, and all of a sudden I ended up in my base in the Ashlands, going like, oh yeah, that's right, I was building there as well too. So, of course, here we can go up here. It's a little bit too cramped here, so, but I didn't want to go too much further into it. I was just experimenting with this build. It's high up in the north, so we're basically, we have nothing to worry about. We get the occasional drake up here, but it's not really too shabby up here. My bed. My place, I can just sit down on my throne and overlook the world from the top. There was another mountain that was closer that I wanted to build to. And you might see it from here. Yep, there it is. I wanted to build on that peak, but there was a stupid lore stone on that peak. So I could not build on that peak. And I didn't want to do it on that peak because it was too much square, footage on the mountain that was available, so you could have wolves and stuff, and golems and stuff like that spawn in on you. So I didn't really want to do that either. Of course, you can go build a bigger building, but I wanted to do other stuff as well too, and wanted to wrap this up. So I might still come back here and do other stuff, but I'm not 100% sure. So I can take that one back to the hub. Actually, this will bring us back to the portal hub, which I can then also show it off, because it's basically our standard design, or my standard design for portal. On the outers is the player portals and adventure portals. We had a lot of players on here. As you can see here, in our heyday, I think we had about 15 players on here. Not all at the same time. But yeah. So in the middle are the portals to the then known two NPCs, Hilder and Helder, the main base to the main base, of course, and a portal to the second floor. The bog witch is on the outer rim because she was added later, so I can expand this further if I wanted to. But it just requires more time, and I wanted to start working on other projects on another creative server that I'm part of. So, second floor, all the different adventure portals. So we can just, if need be, we can just place a portal down real fast. Most of these are now going into the Ashlands. So, yeah. You can see here, LZ1, LZ2, all Ashlands portals. But there's still plenty of space here. Technically, I can expand the second floor even further out to the outer rim of the first floor, expand the portals more, and even put a third floor on top of it if need be. It's all of the realm of possibilities, but I don't think that's really needed as of right now. I also created a kind of a nice little spin on it. I put arrows down to show you where the portals are to exit out of the hub. So people were sometimes searching and trying to go, like, where do I need to go? Where do I need to go? And oh, cool! I didn't notice that one. But yeah, so yeah, the arrows are here. But I also put the blue lights on there as well too, which signifies that that's the main base portal. So in case when we have to run, we can just run straight for that portal. But most of the time it would just use the 2 stone portals that we have here, so we can just straight run into base, prepare, get food, heal, get rested, and get back into battle. Alright, well I hope you guys liked this video. Hit that like button and subscribe. Leave me comments if you have any tips or tricks or have any questions in regards to how I did it, what I did it, or if you want that link for the chicken breeders. Just let me know. I read all comments and love to hear positive and negatives. Yeah, but I will see you in another video. Thank you so much for watching my video, and have a good one.